Walk into any Starbucks and you'll find more than just coffee. You'll see people holding meetings, students buried in textbooks, creators sketching ideas, all in a cozy, inviting space that feels like a second home. But how did a single coffee store in Seattle, founded in 1971, grow into a global empire with over 38,000 stores across 84 countries and annual revenues exceeding $36 billion? This story isn't about beverages, it's about brand building, consumer psychology, premium positioning, and the art of selling an emotion, not just a product. From introducing the idea of third place, that comforting space between home and work, to charging 300 plus rupees for a cup of coffee in price-sensitive markets like India. And people bought in, literally. Today, Starbucks serves 100 million customers per week worldwide, and its Starbucks Rewards program alone has over 34 million active members in the US who spend 3 times more than non-members. Hi everyone, in this case study, we'll go deep into the genius business model behind Starbucks. You'll discover how they sell comfort, community, and culture, one cup at a time. Because admit this, when you buy a Starbucks coffee, you're not just buying caffeine, you are buying the whole experience. Before we move ahead, let me introduce to the concept of experience economy. The experience economy is a concept that argues the businesses must go beyond selling goods and services. They must orchestrate memorable experiences for customers, and those experiences themselves become the product. And Starbucks exactly aligned itself with the concept, the experience economy. First, it envisioned itself as a third place, that comforting spot that sits between your home and your workplace. Think about it. At home, you unwind. At work, you're productive. Starbucks became that bridge, a space where you could pause, reflect, meet friends, finish a presentation, or just enjoy solitude. Second, it's one of the most subtle and powerful moves was personalization. Notice this, when a barista asks your name and writes that on the cup, it's not service, it's psychology. It creates a moment of recognition, a micro ritual that turns a commodity into something made just for you. Add to that the near endless customization options, oat milk instead of dairy, no foam, extra espresso shot, less ice, more foam, sugar-free syrup, your coffee completely your way. This level of control gives customers something deeper than caffeine. They make customers feel seen, heard, and valued. It truly turns a cup of coffee into a small daily ritual of self-expression. Third, they activate your senses gently. That's called sensory branding. The warm lighting, the curated indie music, the aroma of freshly ground coffee, the cozy wooden interiors, none of this is accidental. It's intentional. It's all intentional. It's all designed to activate the senses, reduce decision fatigue, and make you feel at ease. Whether you are reading a book, working on your laptop, or having a quick meeting, you may not consciously notice it, but your mind registers the atmosphere. And that sensory stillness is what turns a 30 rupees coffee into a 300 plus ritual. Fourth, Starbucks has mastered what's called value-based pricing. Let's be honest, a 300 rupees for a cup of coffee in a country where you can get a filter coffee for 30 rupees might seem absurd. You are not paying for caffeine. You are paying for clean tables, a quiet space, free Wi-Fi, friendly staff, charging ports, air conditioning, music, and a peaceful vibe that doesn't come with a 20-minute time limit. A barista who knows your name and doesn't rush you. It's not a coffee, it's a full experiential package. And when you frame it that way, the price suddenly feels justified. Fifth, Starbucks is one of the few brands in the world that has pulled off a delicate balancing act, being globally recognizable yet locally relevant. What strategists call the global model. Across its nearly 40,000 stores in 80 plus countries, the logo, layout, and the vibe are unmistakably Starbucks. The moment you walk into a store, whether in Mumbai, Tokyo, or London, you know exactly where you are, and that's called brand consistency. But behind that global identity, Starbucks quietly customizes everything, from menu offerings to community engagement, to resonate with local culture. For example, in India, you'll find masala chai, paneer kathi rolls, and Indian-inspired frappuccinos. In Japan, you'll see matcha lattes, sakura specials, and limited edition bento-style pastries. In China, there's red bean green tea, and stores modeled after traditional tea houses. Each market gets flavors that reflect local taste, while still maintaining Starbucks' core beverage DNA. What keeps Starbucks brewing billions every year? Let's break down this engine that fuels the coffee empire. In FY 2024, 82% of Starbucks' global revenue came directly from company-operated stores. These are the outlets you walk into, fully owned, managed, and controlled by Starbucks. Next, 12% of revenue comes from licensed stores. Think of this as Starbucks' version of franchising. In markets like India, Japan, and parts of Middle East, Starbucks partners with local players who run the cafes under Starbucks brand. The company earns royalties and supply chain fees without needing to invest in physical infrastructure. The final 6% comes from consumer packaged goods business, or what Starbucks called as channel development. This includes Starbucks branded coffee beans sold in grocery stores, single-serve K-cups for home brewing, and ready-to-drink bottled beverages stocked in convenience stores and supermarkets. This layered revenue engine makes Starbucks both deeply experiential and strategically diversified. Now, let's zoom out and look at Starbucks revenue through geographical lens. In FY 2024, a staggering 75% of Starbucks' total revenue came from North America, primarily the United States and Canada. But while North America dominates today, still 20% of its revenue comes from international markets. And this share is steadily growing. Markets like China, Japan, India, and the UK are key to Starbucks' global expansion strategy. The remaining 5% comes from channel development, that is, Starbucks consumer packaged goods business. These are products you see in grocery aisles: packaged coffee beans, Starbucks branded K-cups, and bottled frappuccinos and cold brews. And do you know who is the emotional core of this entire engine? Who is closing the loop between the people and the profit? They are baristas. Starbucks' most powerful brand ambassadors aren't influencers or celebrities, they are baristas. Across tens of thousands of stores, baristas are trained not just to make drinks, but to create moments. With eye contact, a smile, a name on a cup, and the casual warmth that turns a transaction into a connection. And this isn't accidental. Starbucks treats its employees or partners, as it calls them, as a core strategic asset. Starbucks invests heavily in its workforce, be it healthcare, be it stock ownership, be it tuition support, or comprehensive barista training. But why all this matters? Because in the service industry, people are the brand. Happy baristas lead to better customer retention, higher upsell success, faster service, and lower attrition, which means lower rehiring and training costs. And in a world increasingly dominated by AI and automation, Starbucks has carved out a competitive advantage in the human layer of retail, something that's much harder to replicate. This human-first approach is what transforms a global chain into something that feels local, familiar, and personal, no matter where in the world you are. So what makes Starbucks more than a coffee chain? It's not the espresso machines or the logo or even the coffee itself. It's the systematic orchestration of emotion, efficiency, and experience, all wrapped inside a cup. It turned a $2 product into $130 billion company, not by pushing volume, but by pulling emotion. In the age of algorithms and automation, Starbucks shows us the enduring power of human-first business models. Because at the end of the day, what we really crave isn't caffeine, it's connection. And that is it for today. Thanks for watching, and remember, every story has lessons waiting to be discovered. See you in the next video. Subscribe so you don't miss out. Bye-bye.